Good morning, humans. We are 129 days on the CDT. Camped in this random field last night. So many clouds still. Like, look at that. It's crazy. We're just truckling on today. Looks like I'm going to be on this little gravel road all day long. Should be getting into Pie Town. Yesterday was a really big day. Today's a really big day. Found out that the post office has really weird hours, so they close at 9:30 in the morning on Saturday. So we're gonna book it today and get our resupply boxes and hike out. So big days, gotta push out, long hours of hiking, but we are still hanging in there. I am on so many allergy meds right now. I feel a little better. Definitely still there, have a lot of body pain going on. I'm definitely congested still, but not every day can be sunshines and rainbows, but that's okay. Just makes you appreciate those good days a little more. So, yeah, let's get it. Clouds broke just a tad. Check that out. So many colors in the New Mexico sky. Beautiful. All right, humans, so this is called a solar well, where it takes in from the sunlight and water flows. So I just came from way over there, by the way. A long walk to water here. And we're gonna pray we don't fall in. Oh my God. Well, it was flowing. I think this is pretty trustworthy though. Live footage of the solar well. The water usually comes out here. It kind of flows periodically, so I'm having to scoop. Look how big this thing is. Oh my gosh, and it comes from the sun right over there. And I am literally climbing a ladder. Lord Jesus Christ. Only on the CDT, guys. And I'm using my fantastic Sawyer to filter this mess. Cow fields of New Mexico. These guys are cute. Wildlife in New Mexico. That's about all I've seen is cows. Huge shout out to the TLC Ranch. Oh, thank you. This has been a really long water carry. It's a really dry stretch. Buckets for hikers to get water. They have fresh apples. So thank you. That broke it up a lot. And I was able to camel up, and next water's in Pie Town. It's about 15.7 miles. Sorry, I got the hiccups. A huge shout out to the ranch for looking out and welcoming the CDT hikers. It goes such a long way. So much appreciation. Thank you. Guys, I've had 2 really long days of road walks. It's been brutal. They're so long. They're mentally challenging. It reminds me of Florida here. I've walked on this one road for like 20 miles and I have almost 8 to go. So it's definitely been long. Yesterday was really long too. The good thing about the road, you can cruise out pretty fast. But man, when you start getting up into miles, like, my body just hurts a different way. So the pains and aches that come. Right now it's holding in my hips.
As every car I drove by, I was covered in dust, but I did wake up to the beautiful howling of coyotes, and I spent some time watching the clouds and intense sunrise before I pushed out the long road walk straight into Pie Town. Pie Town is incredibly small with a population of 178, but of course we chased the only restaurant for over 30 miles hoping they were open. As we were rolling in, they had just closed the kitchen down, but the ladies noticed we were hikers. They opened the kitchen back up just to serve us a turkey sandwich, homemade soup, pie, and make sure we were taken care of. Now this, my humans, was the best customer service. Any other restaurant would have easily turned us away, but they welcomed us with open arms. Once again, it's these moments in my journey that I'll remember for a lifetime. Shout out to Pioneer for being a part of my journey and helping out some hungry hikers. One step at a time. After Wyoming, the cold and rain is definitely not my favorite. I was experiencing some PTSD, but I was quickly reminded to never let fear stop you from living your life. The weather out here is the most unpredictable, but you just have to apply what you've learned, stay strong, stay calm, stay patient, and as always, one step at a time. We finished up some last-minute business tasks and inhaled lots of calories and began the long road walk out of Pie Town.
New Mexico skies. It's a hit or miss.
Shout out to the Toaster House. This is where we stayed at the night before, and even though it was winterized, we still had a roof over our head and a warm place to stay. I want to give a shout out to Nita Lorendo. She was the owner of the Toaster House here in Pie Town, New Mexico. Nita is a legend on the CDT. She's been hosting hikers and just being a wonderful trail angel and making such an impact on so many humans. And when she passed away, she actually donated her home to the CDT Collision to keep the hippie house open for the hikers and bikers and people that are traveling on foot. This was a unique experience that I'm very glad I got to experience. Not to mention, it was so heartwarming to see how the community comes together to keep this legend story alive and the home available to people in need.
Hello humans, we are 130 days on the CDT and it's been wet and windy and a little cold. It's been a long road walk out of Pie Town, but we're hanging in there and one step at a time. Well guys, my weather said that it was gonna like sprinkle on and off today. Nothing crazy, just some small showers. Y'all, I have been getting dumped on. I don't know how many miles I've been walking in this mess. There's like nowhere to camp. It's all private property, or the mud is just so bad that the tent stakes like won't hold. So there is a ranch on up that has a little like CDT rest facility thing, kind of like a shelter. So I'm gonna push to that, but it is getting dark and I will say it is getting colder. The wind's picking up. Just a few more miles, Y'all check this out. Davila Ranch has a little spot for the CDT hikers. You can plug in over there. This is where we slept last night. Yeah, so thankful this was here because we walked last night in the pouring rain. So this was so much better than having to put up a tent. So thank you Davila Ranch. Taking advantage of the sun. Good morning humans. We are 131 days on the CDT. So thankful for the ranch last night. They provided like the CDT rest facility, so we were able to get dried out. Dude, last night was crazy. I went through rain, hail, and snow, and I was like night hiking. And I still had this crazy chest cold going on, so this probably wasn't the smartest, but like I really didn't have a choice. There's like so much private property, there wasn't like anywhere to camp, so we just had to make it work. Ride the wave and just flow with obstacles. Got to the shelter, got dried out like as soon as I could. I tried to make a hot dinner. It was very cold. It could have been life-threatening, but staying smart. Always get rid of your wet stuff, put on dry clothes, get warm ASAP. If you can make a hot meal, make it. All those things are so crucial. We are continuing the road walk today. Looks like it's gonna be a long dirt road. It's been a mess. But we're hanging in there. Shoot out a bigger day today so we can get into town tomorrow. I checked the weather on my Garmin today and it looks like there's some rains and storms coming in around 3. That's going to turn into snow and it's going to do that all night long. So who knows? The weather also said yesterday that it was going to be a small shower right after 3 and that was it. Dude, it poured and it was like that all night long. So you can't really trust the weather things. You can just watch the clouds and use your judgment. So it looks like there are some clouds moving in. They've been moving kind of fast, so I'm just gonna keep an eye on it. Thank God I had a little bit of sunshine this morning. I was able to kind of get some stuff dried out, so I didn't have to put anything like super wet on. So yeah, hopefully I can get set up before this mess falls out of the sky, or I can get to town, either one. When I left camp this morning, I was about 27 miles from town. So we'll see what happens today. They're like, nah.
Come now.
Oh, today has been another day of rain, snow, sleet. Today's one of those days you have to remember your why. You just keep pushing. Because today is tough. Yesterday was tough. It's been a tough few days.
Another day with intense weather from the skies of New Mexico. Survived all the seasons and strong gust of wind as I tackled the muddy dirt roads, bushwhacked through cow fields. I climbed under and over fences and seen so many elk and cows. A long, intense 26-ish miles, we finally made it to the road, and I just want to give a shout out to Jen in Reserve at New Mexico. I was barely hanging on to my 1-bar service, but she was so cooperative, caring, patient, and understanding, and she did not give up. Some dedicated time in tracking my location, she sent a shuttle driver down that went completely out of his way and added the extra miles to take us into Reserve, New Mexico. The late arrival and the entire town shut down. Shout out to Jen, who made sure we still had a hot meal. She opened her kitchen back up to warm us up some food and hand delivered it to the door. It's these moments that make it all so worth it and make my heart so full. 132 days. I rested up and I spent the day doing hiking chores, business tasks, checking in with the family, and eating good calories. And I was reminded you can't change what you've been through, but you can change things moving forward. You can rewrite your story whenever you're ready.
We found Pennsylvania today. Hello humans, we are 133 days on the CDT. I still have this raspy, hoarse chest cold, but we are trying to push through. I had a crazy rough days of insane weather and being out there probably sick, didn't help. Shout out to Jen and Daryl in Reserve in New Mexico. Holy moly, they are just angels, guys, angels. 2 days ago, we got in some more snow and freezing rain and hail and just wind that was so strong and so brutal right in your face. It was terrible. But Daryl ended up making an 84-mile round trip to come get us and take us into Reserve. Bless his heart. And Jen opened the restaurant back up to bring us some hot food because we got in so late. And she gave us a room for 2 nights. Dude, it's those little moments like that that I will literally remember forever. We had some green chili, chicken Alfredo, and a barbecue brisket, mac and cheese, a salad, some desserts. It was just so nice and so heartwarming. When people go out of their way, it truly stamps my heart. And I thank you guys. If anyone goes through Reserve, go check out the Adobe Restaurant Bakery, the Hidden Springs Inn. That's where we stayed. It was fantastic, great. The bakery was just amazing. We ended up taking a 0 yesterday. I was trying to kind of rest and try to get healed up a little bit more. And it was a bunch of snow and rain again yesterday. So I'm so happy that we took a 0. And we headed back out this morning. Daryl shuttled us back to Treyl this morning. A little bit of dirt roads, and now we're just hiking through New Mexico. I had some climbs earlier. I hiked on a little bit of lava rock, which was crazy. And God, New Mexico's beautiful, guys. So freaking stunning. Did add a few bonus miles because I got off trail. Went the wrong way, but just another day in paradise. That tree is wild. Tiny bit of snow on the side of the mountain. Going up in elevation too, so it's a little bit higher and colder. Well, it seems like I'm gonna carry 2 pounds of mud with me today.
The entire 17 miles today, I was emotional and my head was everywhere. It was a whirlwind of emotions. This has been one wild journey, and I'm so close to the finish, and I'm not sure if I'll ever have words to process for what I've experienced. But I do know there are signs and guidance in every day. You just have to be willing to see. I was reminded today to keep moving forward, my humans, and never lose sight of the sun. One step at a time will always get you there.